So I'm wrapping up week 2, and this morning, Thursday morning, I weighed in at 224.4 pounds. And so that's in 2 weeks about 4.5 pounds basically that I've lost. And I know it's really good to be losing about 2 pounds a week. But for me, what makes it so difficult is that I'm doing really, really good and sticking to things. And it's like, but that's it. It was just another 2 pounds this week. And just the patience to continue to do the right thing, to be consistent, to lose the weight is what's hard. Because, and I think part of it is just we live in such an instant gratification culture, and where if you want anything, you can get it in just a moment. And so when we have to wait and work for something, it seems like it takes forever. And so it's been frustrating in that sense, but at the same time, I'm really proud of what I've done over the last 2 weeks. I've logged every single thing that I've eaten over the last 2 weeks. Every meal, for the most part, everything I've put in my mouth. And so I'm not always perfect on my macros. I'm finding just eating 3 meals a day, it's really hard to hit 200 grams of protein. But I'm getting pretty close. I'm definitely over 160 every day, but I'm logging it in MyFitnessPal and making sure that I'm pretty close on my macros. What I'm finding though is the more focused I've gotten on eating, the more I'm not liking eating out, and that's because I usually love to eat out and go, and there's so many places that I'd go in a heartbeat and I love. But even going to those places, first is just when you walk in, it's the temptation to eat what you should. Because like when you go to Torchy's, it's not, I want to get, chicken fajitas in a bowl. It's, I want a trailer park trashy and chips and queso or whatever, and a big thing of sweet tea. And so to go in and say, I'm going to have unsweet tea and I'm going to have my tacos in a bowl, or to go somewhere and choose a salad over a big sandwich or a burger, it's really hard. But the other thing that I'm finding really frustrating with it is you don't really know what you're eating. And when I'm trying to measure everything, for instance, I went to Torchy's tonight with our kids, and I got 2 beef fajita tacos in a bowl, which is great. But you put it in MyFitnessPal, and there were 3 or 4 different options. I think the one I chose was like 375 calories. But if you look at the way they break it down, that's for like 6 ounces of the fajita meat. And I can tell you there wasn't 6 ounces of fajita meat in the bowl that I had. It was a lot less than that. And so where I think my protein is at a certain number for the day, it's probably not, because I've eaten 2 meals out today. We ate at Panera, and I had a Greek goddess salad. And then I also had half of a chocolate chip cookie. And most of the time I put stuff in before I eat it. But today I put my stuff in, and then I got my chocolate chip cookie, and I ate that at the end. And I only had half of one. I split one with my wife. But just half of one of those cookies is 220 calories. And nothing good in the macros for it either. So it's one of those things that I'm learning as I go, and really trying to be very honest with myself and tracking the things. But when I have those really good days and I stack them in a row, that's where I'm starting to see those really good losses. The other thing is, I think I have like this false sense of expectation. One, just from for so long watching The Biggest Loser, because you would watch, and those people, of course, they were 400 and 500 pounds. They're losing 20 and 30 pounds a week. But then also later on, we were starting to find out like, oh, what they were doing was very, 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 very unhealthy. And almost all of them gained it back. And so I know that the slow and sustained. But the very first time when I really got serious about fitness after I had gotten out of school and was finished playing baseball, I weighed 264 pounds. And so early on in that, I was losing 4 and 5 and 6 pounds a week really early. And then it kind of evened out, and it was back to that 2 to 3 pounds a week that I was doing. And so I think all of those things kind of make it a little bit frustrating, just because it's not as instantaneous as we want it to be and think it should be. And so I'm doing good. Like I said, down to or right at 4.5 pounds. So as far as not being able to work out right now, I've been going walking with Cammie every morning. We're walking about 3.25 miles. I'm wearing my suicide bomber vest. It's a Rogue weight vest that weighs like 10 pounds. And so I think it looks like I have a bomb strapped to my chest, but just a little bit of resistance. I'm going to try to start going back to the gym pretty quickly and just ease into it, trying to heal still and let everything get healed before I really start pressing it again, because November and my race is going to be here before I know it. And so I need to get healthy so I can start logging those miles and get that mileage back up there. The other thing I've been doing workout-wise is I challenged Ryan a few weeks ago that we would both do 100 push-ups every single day. And so for the last 3 weeks now, 2.5 weeks right now, I've done 100 push-ups every day, and just kind of watching that grow. It's been a good challenge and something just to keep me on track. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at fitness wise. I'm posting on Thursday this week, just simply because my Friday is really, really full, and I don't know if I'll get a chance. I might check in tomorrow just to have a Friday video, but it might be really, really short. We'll see how that goes. But I'm staying on track. I'm dropping some weight, and just it's a slow process, and it's one of those things too. Like, I didn't get in really bad shape overnight, and so I know I'm not going to get out of it overnight either. And so there's where I'm at, honest as I can be, and I appreciate everyone who's encouraged and reached out or said something. It's helped so much just putting it out there that this is what I'm doing, because every time I turn around, someone is like, oh, you can't eat that, or oh, you shouldn't do this, and just encouraging and saying, hey, you're doing great, keep going. And so I really do appreciate that. It's helping me a bunch. And so, man, I'll keep going. See y'all next week.